What's up,
What
and
up,
welcome
Zoe?
back to the Scuffed Ass Podcast for episode number 298. Wonder, you have something to say?
We're on episode 298. I just found out, as I requested.
Yeah. Hi, buddy.
I haven't done that in a really long time.
Oh, that's so funny.
You really need to do like a countdown, like in 3, 2, 1, or something like that. You know, like our Carly.
Don't. I would do the countdown if you were doing the intro.
Well, I mean, just tell me to do the countdown, and I'll do the countdown.
Ridiculous. No, because then you'd do some shit where you'd go like 3, 2, 1, and then as I started talking, go 0. Oh.
Well, it's 0 counts.
No.
0 is a thing,
No.
unless you're Sheldon.
0's not real.
Yeah. How can 0 be a thing if it's literally nothing? Hmm. So anyway, do anything fun lately?
I went to a concert. It was all right.
What concert?
For a band called the Wombats.
The Wombats. That's an interesting name.
Well, they're an Australian band, you see.
Oh, well, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah. I only know a few of their songs. They played more songs that I knew than I thought they would, so that was cool.
Oh.
But yeah, so that was something. Outside of that, I don't do stuff.
That's fair.
Been trying to figure out what I want to do for content still, but we'll get into that in a bit. I hear you have some fun stories.
I don't know about fun, but kind of sucked. Not gonna lie, but let's just say I would be okay with missing out on training tonight because I've had plenty of training in the last couple of weeks as far as the fire department goes.
So when skip it.
Because it's probably gonna be rehabbing our truck from the fires that took place, or fire, I should say. But yeah, after it was, I was at work and we got a page for a structure fire, and I thought I was just gonna, because they wouldn't, let me out of work early, so I had to show up like 30 to 45 minutes late. So I figured I was just gonna go up to the hall, get my bunker gear on, show up, and they would have the fire out and just kind of be on standby. But it was just it was a weird house that the fire was in. It's like a 2-story house, and it's on the 2nd story, and kind of a pain in the ass place to get to. So by the time I showed up, our one of my department members was up on a ladder, climbed 2 stories up with a big ass hose trying to spray through a window to get to knock the flames down so we could get an interior attack going. And by the time I got there, I walked up behind him, and I was talking to my assistant chief, and the guy up on the ladder turns and goes, "I can't hold this hose up any longer," and then goes, "Here you go, your fresh legs." And so then I was up on the ladder and spraying for a little while, and hoses are heavy when you're hanging 2 stories up on a ladder trying to hold on to the damn thing, because they got a lot of water pressure, and so it wears your arms out pretty quickly. But I was up there for quite a while, and then we kind of got the initial flames knocked down, but it was super smoky, we couldn't see. And so I climbed down on the from the ladder and stuff, and we kind of were moving hoses around, and our fellow department members from the next town to the east of us were suiting up to go in for an interior attack and assessment and stuff. So they were like, there was 4 of them, and they're like, okay, well, we prefer to have 6 of us. And then they asked us, is there any of you guys that would want to tag along? And one of our guys was like, I'll go. And nobody else said anything from us. And our assistant chief was like, well, you're not going to go unless there's at least 2 of us from our department going, as much as we trust each other from other departments, we need to have, because we know how to communicate with each other a little better, and you know how it is.
Sure.
Kind of watch each other's back, and so I was like, well, I'll go. Well, I've never been to a structure fire yet, and haven't been trained on specifically structure fire stuff either. And so my assistant chief was like, he kept giving me this look. He's like, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" He's like, "You don't have to if you don't want to." And I'm like, "I'm fine. I can go." And he's like, "Well, okay, if you want to go, then yeah, you go ahead and you guys go get suited up." So I was like, okay. So we walked over and we got in our structure vehicle and got our masks out and stuff. And well, I had just trained on car fires not that long ago, so I was used to the mask and all that stuff. And so I grabbed the thing out of the bag and just flipped it on, tightened her down, and flipped my hood up, and got my helmet on, and had my oxygen tank on, got it on, tightened it down, and tested my mask to make sure it was sealing. And it was. And then I put my oxygen, tested that out. It was working good. Took it back off. And my partner that I was going in with, well, he hasn't been suited up for probably 2 or 3 years, probably.
Yeah.
And so it's been a really while. I don't know how long it's been since he's suited up. So it's been a while since he has. And I'm sitting there, and he's trying to get his mask on, and the problem was it was tightened down. There's 2 tight straps. You got some right here, and then you got some on the back. And these right here weren't loosened all the way up. And so he would get the sleeve over his head about to right there instead of all the way back here. And then he would try to tighten it down. Well, then it wasn't sealing because it was only tight on the top part, but it wasn't tight on the bottom. Because it was only pulling from the top. And he's like, I can't get it to seal, and I'm like, well, you got it. I'm like looking, and I'm trying to help him, and all this gear is pretty heavy, it's not, none of this stuff is light, and plus you're in your Nomexes, which are hotter than Hades.
Yeah.
They don't breathe at all, so it's just hot as hell in them. And finally I was like, oh yeah, your front straps are not loose, so you can't get it up. So I loosened him up, and he flips it over, and he's, oh, that's much better. He just tightens them down, gets it good, and then he goes to put his hard hat on. He's like, all right, I think I'm good to go. And I'm like, actually, another one of our members was like, oh, your hood, you got to put your hood up. And it's like, oh crap. And he had it around his neck, and he flips it over and got it all secure. And then we were finally ready to go. And then our fellow department members were standing over there just waiting on us, but they were already suited up, so they were waiting on us anyway.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm ready. And he looks at me, he goes, are you ready? And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm ready. Been ready, And then my assistant chief looks at me and he goes, okay, well, you get in there and you start to panic or something like that. Don't take your mask off. Just exit the building, just let your partner know that you're leaving. And, if you start to panic, do not take your mask off. I'm like, I'm good. I'm not nervous at all. I don't know why, but, most people who are going into a burning building for the first time tend to be super nervous and like high stress. And I was super relaxed, and I mean, I don't know. I was just relaxed. I didn't really have any fear or anything like that going into the building. And so I was like, I think I'm fine. I'm good to go. And so they handed me this big long pike, basically, and you're supposed to go along and you poke at the ceilings, and because it's all drywall on the ceilings with insulation on top. When you're spraying, that stuff gets all wet and it starts to sag. So a lot of times you can poke it and pull it and it'll all just come crumbly down, you know.
Yeah.
Or if it's on fire, you can do the same thing, you know. And so basically, we're just going through and um, getting a little more of a thorough attack on the inside of the building. And so we went in there and it was really smoky when we first got in there. Couldn't hardly see anything. So I'm holding on to my fellow department member who's in front of me, and we're just kind of spreading out a little bit and kind of going along because it's on the second story. So we're going along and we're checking the floor because you never know, the floor can get real hot and burn or whatever, and you don't want to fall through the floor. But anyway, we were able to get a charged hose inside there, and once we got it hit from the inside, it knocked down the flames pretty quickly, and then after a little while the smoke started to clear up, and then the member of me and another member went down and we grabbed our big fan and hauled it up there, and we turned the fan on, which blows the smoke and causes circulation in the house, and it helps funnel out the smoke so we can see and then get the hot spots as we go, and while it was super smoky, we made our way around a corner, and there was a door that was like half burned and stuff, and one of the members grabs like a cage and kind of like is like a dog kennel looking thing, and grabs it and he slides it out of the way, and I didn't realize it at the time, but there was a dog inside the cage, and it didn't make it. Didn't burn, but it died from smoke inhalation.
So were the people who live there not home, or?
Supposedly.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
we don't.
Yeah. Well, we don't really know what happened. All I know is that the place is still under investigation, or it might have been concluded now, but I haven't heard anything on it. But there's only so much information that I'm allowed to, expose, let's just say. But anyway, so I was like, well, shit, there's a dog in here, and the cage was kind of all bowed out, so you could tell the dog tried to get out of the cage, but couldn't get out. It was kind of a husky looking thing. And then there was a rabbit that didn't make it.
Aww.
And it was also, rabbits also kept in cages,
Yeah.
And then there was another, after the smoke cleared and stuff, there was another dog, small, like wiener dog that was in a cage, and it had its teeth around the cage where it tried to chew its way out.
I don't like this story.
Well, I mean,
you could have left that part out.
Unfortunate.
Me and the rest of the internet didn't need to know about these horrifyingly bad pet owners.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is children do live. They do have children that live there, and so no people were injured or none of that, because that would have been, it sucks finding the animals. Don't get me wrong, but it's hard to unsee if you find humans or anything like that. So
yeah, that's fair. Well, it wouldn't be tough for me to unsee it, but my brain's fucked up.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
sorry, I have to make an aphantasia joke every time I can.
Right, but in my profession, let's just say, I have the luck of being able to see things that you don't want to see every day.
Yeah.
But after a while, some things it can bother you. Not saying it doesn't, but after a while, it's kind of like you get numb to it. But depending on the situation, sometimes it hits home a little.
Yeah.
For some people, it hits a little closer to home, even though these people could be complete strangers. It still hits home in some way, shape, or form, or something like that, and that's when people start having like super serious mental problems or something like that. And so, but anyway, we got the fire out. I guess right as our department was getting there, the house had flashed over, so it got really hot and really smoky, and then it exploded, blew out the windows on the top story. So it got pretty hot in a hurry, you know, because most houses these days have so much plastic and highly flammable things that just cause fires to be so much more intense than they used to be, you know, say back in the 50s and 60s and stuff when you had a house fire. Sometimes you'd have a house fire back in the 50s and 60s, and if you got water on it fast enough, even though it may be burned up a room, you know, the rest of the house, you know, might be able to tear, you know, you'll have to strip everything down from smoke damage and everything like that. But, you know, like our house, we had a house fire back when I lived on the farm, and we lived in a house that was built in like the late 1800s. And my brother's cat pushed a candle, one of those small little round candles, off of a glass table onto shag carpeting. You know how shag carpeting is. It's like diesel or gasoline. It just, you know, blew up and burned the room or whatever. But instead of totaling the whole house, it just burned that room, and we were able to hire workers to come in and strip the room down and replace the support beams and the 2x4s and all that stuff, and basically we were able to rebuild, and it wasn't a total loss on the house. But it's crazy to see how slowly fires burn in older houses compared to how these houses are nowadays, where everything's all plastic. And, you know, sure, now your insulation's not flammable per se, you know, so the insulation doesn't burn quite as badly as an old house, but it doesn't matter when you got all this, you know, intense fuels, plastics and rubbers and all this other stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, by the time the fire was all done, because I got there on the fire about 4:45 or so, and then I didn't get home until probably 10:30. No, it would have been 11:30 by the time I got home. So that's how long we were on that fire. But yeah, it was crazy experience. My first structure fire.
Yeah.
So
you know, we've been told our whole lives you're not supposed to run into the burning building, dumbass.
Well, when you got first responder on your back, I guess that kind of changes things.
I guess maybe.
Yeah. And it's crazy to think that people do this, and people will, especially if there's someone in danger or something, we will go into a building that's nearly fully engulfed to try and save a life, and we don't get paid for this. It's volunteer.
Well, you guys don't, yeah.
Well, yeah, but there are people that do get paid for it. Yeah. But like us and most of the neighboring towns around us, we don't get paid for this. Yeah. We're volunteering to do this, and you know, I think that's just crazy to think that sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it's just we're just your friends and neighbors that are going in to try and save you, not paid professionals.
Damn, you're being stalked. I saw her walk by. Hey, nice pants.
Thank you. He says nice pants.
I know, right?
Sorry.
Yeah. She brought me some elk sliders.
Nice. I need to...
Looks pretty good.
Nice. I need to make stuff at some point. Kevin finally got his elk.
Oh, did he?
Just a little guy, but still, finally got something. Hey, when they were first up there, they saw multiple bulls every day, and they couldn't shoot bulls.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, that's fucked up. I mean, that tracks, but that's fucked up.
That's about how it is. If you have a cow tag, all you'll see is bulls.
No,
and if you have
you could buy a general and get a bull tag. He should have just, after the first day when I saw one, I would have went and bought a general and just been like, fuck this. I'm just shooting whatever I see. Fuck this. And then immediately they wouldn't have seen anything. They also saw moose like every day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Which is crazy.
I'm not sure where he went hunting, but there's not really much opportunity
Up
to
near
hunt moose.
Saratoga.
Yeah, there's not much. I don't think they even have a moose season up there.
No, they do. It's a very limited.
Once in a lifetime.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's people who have like put in for like 60 years and finally get one, and it's like, oh my god.
And then after you draw, you can't draw again.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yep,
you're done.
Yep. So they've started putting in, but I don't know if they'll ever get it.
Yeah, because that's probably a point system type thing. So every year, the longer you put in, the better chance you have.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Because we have that stuff. That shit drives me nuts sometimes, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. Did you see anything about last night's baseball game? Or should I say this morning's baseball game?
Yeah, I did see that it went to like 18 innings.
Yeah.
It was tied at like 5-5 from like inning 8 or 7 or
inning
something
7.
like that.
Yeah, it went 11 innings of nothing.
That's crazy.
Shohei Ohtani got intentionally walked 4 times to bring up 2 former MVPs who are Hall of Famers in their own right. That's got to be the craziest feeling as a manager. Yeah, we're going to intentionally walk this guy to bring up, one of the greatest hitters ever also, because this guy's scarier. Which, fair, but God, Shohei's so good, dude. I saw a clip after the game. It's like 3 a.m. They have a game tonight where Shohei's pitching, and their manager's talking about hey, we got a game later today. And Shohei goes, yeah, coach, I got this. And then mimics his pitching motion. And it's that is just a baseball guy. He does not care. Everyone else is I'm tired. And he's I'm ready to go throw. Let's do this shit.
He's I'm ready to win, damn it.
I can respect that.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So are you going for the Dodgers or?
I don't actually care. There's some really funny narratives I can push if a Canadian team wins. So
yeah. So Cody has a good friend that she's from Canada.
Nice.
And she's basically just has her green card or whatever, so she's down here, and she got married. And anyway, obviously she's going for Canada, and I don't give a shit about baseball whatsoever.
Right.
But I was over at Cody's the other day for a little bit, and they put on the first game or whatever. And I just, me, I like to piss people off. And so I'm I knew she's Canadian and probably going for the Canadian team. And so I was let's go Dodgers, and then they just, all of their heads just turned towards me and got the crazy eyes. And I was what? You don't like the Dodgers? And they were what do you think? She's you can leave. I'm what? I'm not allowed to cheer for the Dodgers? He's not under this house.
Valid. No, I mean, I get it, because fuck the Dodgers, because same division as the Rockies. I just gotta hate them. But, also, it's impossible for me to hate Shohei, Freddie Freeman, and Mookie Betts, who are, the Dodgers' 3 best players. It's just, they're impossible to hate, man. They're fun. But I hate the team. I like those 3 guys. The fuck? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's all goofy. Oh man, we haven't been recording this whole time. Just kidding. My biggest fear is that the audio's not fucking working, but it'll be fine. I think I fixed it before we started. I've been having audio issues. I've been trying. Okay. So I talked about how I wanted to, I don't know if I talked about it on here, and I don't know if I talked about it to you, but I've been talking about changing up how I'm doing content, when I'm streaming and how I'm streaming. I apparently have to change my idea again, because my initial thought was I'm just going to change my streams a bit to just exist when I need to record footage for video games and so I re-downloaded Streamlabs so I could record just parts of what's on my screen while streaming and having my face cam and my mic, because for the recording I just want the gameplay, the game audio, nothing else. But for stream, there's got to be the face cam and all the alerts and chat on the screen and music and whatever. So I've been trying to get that set up, and I just cannot get it to work correctly. That is part of why I said I'm kind of worried about the audio from this. I think it's fine. I think, like, I did a test recording before we started, so
That's good.
it should be fine. But it is in the back of my head. It's still like, what if it's not fine though? Dumbass. But yeah, so now it's beginning to look like I'm gonna have to stream just less totals so I can have time to work on all the stuff I want. So it's like, we'll do music Monday, we'll do D&D on Fridays, and then like I should just pick another day during the week to just do another stream, and then just call that good. Because like Sundays, I'd rather watch football. Maybe after football season, I'll do Sunday streams, but I just want to watch football. And Saturdays are like the one day I get to hang out with my girlfriend, so I'm not going to stream on Saturdays. Fuck you guys. I don't know. What? Yeah, every time I say that, you still look all confused. Like, damn, fucking loser did it.
It does feel weird. Not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, fuck, I don't know if me and you have ever talked when I've dated anyone. Because, like, I didn't date anyone when I moved back to your school. And I left your school in, like, 6th grade, so that's not a thing. And we didn't talk when I moved schools, which was funny because we lived the same distance away. But, like, we both did sports, and then, you know, you had farming and I had being a druggie.
Yeah,
Which is
I
farming
literally
in its
had
own
no
way.
life other than farming and sports.
Yep. It's like I did sports, and then I hung out with my friends in that town because I didn't want to have to go home.
Right. Yeah, because Cody and I's idea of hanging out at that time was we played sports together.
Yeah.
I literally didn't have time for anybody at that time. So
Played sports, and then when sports weren't happening, it's like we spent all of our time at the skate park, which that was never your like I was never gonna reach out and be like, hey, you want to go to the skate park with us? That's not
right.
That's not really your thing, which is fine.
The one time I did come over,
God,
dude tried to fight me.
That was just for my birthday the one time. That was fucking ridiculous. Yeah, that was a time. Because they kept trying to fight everybody. Because I remember I just pushed the one kid down and then held his face in the dirt the whole time. I was like, we're done when you're done.
Right.
You can just wear yourself out down there, bud.
It's funny how the toughest kids are always the ones that are so easy. They'll, you know.
I still remember him trying to get the other guy to fight you, and you're both just standing there like, fucking why?
I was like, yeah, I don't even know this guy. Why would I want to fight him? And he's like, yeah, he seems pretty chill. Why would I do that?
Yeah, that was a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times though.
It was all right.
Back when there was less to worry about.
Yeah, that's fair. I do miss that. I miss those problems being the only problems I had.
Yeah. Right now I'm stressed out of my mind because
which thing?
Finally got the bill back from my truck.
Ooh. 10 grand.
No, not that much.
Okay.
I would just sell it if that's the case. Let's sell it as is.
That's valid.
But it's gonna be almost $1,500 for that.
Oh.
So there's that, and then now Aspen's phone is trying to shit the bed. So she's going tomorrow to get a new phone. She's getting a Google Pixel, I think.
Okay. I wanted to hear what you said, because if you would have said she was getting a foldable, I would be like, do you just want mine? Like, actually, because that would just save a bill.
Now, the reason why she's going with what she's going with, well, one, she wants it, but for two, she actually still has those plans where they get upgrades.
Oh, well, that's nice as hell.
But her upgrade's not, like, fully paid off yet.
Right.
So we'll have to cover the difference. So it's still going to be like, I don't know, $350 or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's better than paying $1,800 or
Yeah,
more.
dude.
So, yeah. So, anyway, that's happening. And then we close on our house on either Monday or Tuesday is when we officially close.
Okay.
And I have to bring a cashier's check, and that'll be probably close to $8,000.
So when are you moving?
There. Anytime after that. So I'm
Do you
sending.
have to get out by a certain day because you're renting your place?
No, I'm paying for half a month, so
Gotcha.
I'm paying $300. Because it's going to take us a few weeks to get moved out.
Yeah.
And then I told them I'll pay the other $300 if we end up not making it out. If it takes us the whole month to move out,
Sure.
And they were like, yeah, whatever, do what you got to do, So, it's kind of nice having, landlords that aren't super shitty, you know.
I can always come back and move some stuff if you need help.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, honestly, the majority of the shit in here, I moved in here by myself in like half a day. So,
right.
The biggest things is
that bed that you don't know how you got in there.
Yes, and I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna get it out either.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is gonna be the beds, the 2 couches, and the TV, and the dressers, and that's probably and the other bed, and that's probably all I'll really need help with. And then after that, I'll go borrow Cody's big ass box trailer he has, and I can
that would be a thing you do on like a Saturday. Get a bunch of people over and just do like all the big shit in the day.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what we'll focus on when I have help, is just get all the big stuff moved, and then after that, it'll only take me a couple days because most everything that I have is still boxed up and in the spare bedroom. So all I'll have to do is get a couple boxes and throw all the kitchenware stuff in, and bathroom stuff, and then that's pretty much it. So hopefully, and then I have some stuff outside that I got to move. Like I got a lawnmower. I have to move my metal building that I built.
Yeah.
But I built that on a sled.
Yeah.
So all I have to do is pull, because I drilled holes, and all I have to do is pull the rebar that's holding it into the ground out, and then just slide it up onto a trailer and haul it to my new place.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you bought a shed, and then now you have a big shop, so you don't need a fucking shed.
I got a big shop, and then I got like a I want to say a 7 by 10 or 12 little like shed, like lawnmower shed. I know I could fit like 3 or 4 riding lawnmowers and a whole bunch of other shit in it. And then I'll have my metal shed too to put stuff in.
Yeah. So,
yes, I look forward to being in a place that has lots of room, lots of storage. This trailer house we're in, we got 2 people's stuff that combined, and one of those people had a whole ass house to themselves, so they had room to put stuff that places. And so when you take all that and then combine with another person and go to a house that's 10 times smaller.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it'll be nice having this place. I look forward to it. And the other thing about my truck is I'm paying for it, but I can't pick it up because there's repairs that I have to do myself. I'm replacing the radiator because the radiator has a crack in it.
Jesus.
The
this
radiator
big
reservoir,
bill, plus you have to buy a bunch of other shit.
I already bought it, and
Okay.
it's sitting at my folks' place. So I'm replacing the radiator. Bought all the radiator hoses to replace those, and my radiator or my coolant reservoir is also cracked.
Jesus. Jesus.
and it's leaking coolant. So I got to replace that.
Hey man,
And
at
then
least it was all just leaking and not like leaking into the actual motor and giving you a full, give you a full blown motor. Time for a new truck time.
I mean, even if it leaked onto the motor, as long as
not
it's
onto it. Into it. That I said into it.
Well, that would have to require some seals going out, and then
Correct.
that's a big review.
That's what I was saying. No, I said, at least it's leaking out, not in. Is what I was.
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Most everything that's wrong is the external cooling system, not the internal.
Yeah.
But I was like, if my motor does blow, then I'll just go to the junkyard and find a Camaro or something, and we'll do an engine swap.
Take the engine out of a Cadillac.
Well, I mean, they're basically the same engine, so. But anyway, well, what I was looking at, just get one of the high performance engines. Might even have a supercharger on it already. And plus, since it's a Chevy engine, they can, I might have to update some stuff, upgrade, exhaust system and shit like that. But just turn my truck into a badass. I'm down. But I don't know. It seems like everything was fine. I guess the starter was the problem on my truck. Gotcha. I told him it was the problem, and he said he thought it was something else. He thought it was the flex plate. And so he pulled the transmission off, found out that the flex plate was fine, and then found out that it was the starter, but it wasn't like on the starter itself. It was engaged. It wouldn't disengage. And so it was making noise, but not like, so when he did the pinpoint or whatever with his little earplugs and I forget what you call that. It wouldn't sound like it was coming from there, even though it is. That makes sense. But he had to take the rear seal was out on the transmission anyway, so that needed done anyway. So I mean, it wasn't a complete waste of time. So it ended up being, the bill was originally supposed to be almost $1,700, but because it was a starter and the labor time went down, so it was a couple $100 cheaper, which nice.
Yeah.
So
crazy. I've been looking at buying another car. My mom's like, you could just buy this one back. And in my brain, even though this doesn't fit with like how I want to change the content I'm making, I would just make another channel for this. I want a car that I can just fuck with and like not care. And like that car is too new. Like there's too much electrical bullshit. I don't want that. I want
a quote unquote project car.
Yeah, pretty much. And I thought I found one. There's somebody selling like a early 2000s Mercury Cougar. And like nobody uses a Mercury Cougar as their project car. So in my mind, it's like it gets to be something unique, which then makes it more fun for content. And this motherfucker won't reply to me. And it's pissing me off. I did buy a Steam Deck yesterday, though. Did I tell you I like wanted the ROG Xbox Ally thing, but then it came out and it's really expensive and not that much better than the Steam Deck and all the things that we thought it would do because it was like partnered with Xbox, it won't do. Like I thought it was going to give me access to my Xbox games library, which I've bought a lot of Xbox games in my life. Yeah, it doesn't. It lets you use PC Game Pass, but so does a Steam Deck with Windows installed on it, which you can just do. And so I didn't buy a new Steam Deck. I got on Facebook Marketplace and was just looking, and somebody had the highest end version that was also a limited edition run of the Steam Deck. And it had been posted for like 2 months at like $700. I was like, I'm just going to lowball the fuck out of this guy and see what happens. And I was like, hey man, would you take $500? And he's like, yeah. I was like, oh, Okay, it was in Cheyenne. So I called my mom. I was like, hey, will you go to Cheyenne and buy this thing for me? I'll send you the money. I need you to go pick this up for me. And she's like, yeah, I'm already in Cheyenne. I was like, that worked beautifully. So yeah, I have a limited edition Steam Deck that maybe I'll get tomorrow because I might be coming home. So I might come throw stuff at you tomorrow.
Interesting.
Come back tomorrow. Well, so I was talking about the name change thing. I wanted to do that. I have to get my license redone,
Right.
whatever. And the name change thing's going to take too long. So I just have to come back and take a fucking picture to get my license redone. So I'm going to come back. For whatever reason, the DMV in both towns close to there is closed on Wednesdays for some reason. So I'm going to come back tomorrow, hang out for a night, and then Thursday go to the DMV, get my picture taken, and come back because I have plans this weekend.
Right. Yeah, the DMVs around here drive me nuts.
Yeah, dude.
And 9 times out of 10, I mean this in the most polite way possible, but half the time the people that they have working at the DMV don't have a brain cell, like a collective brain cell between the two of them.
I'm so upset with going back there because nowhere has a Taco John's anymore.
Yeah, I know.
I just want to go get a fucking breakfast burrito, man. And I'm not driving all the way to one of the big towns to get a fucking breakfast burrito.
Yep.
God damn it.
Yeah, that is rough. I miss Taco Bell.
Taco John's.
Taco John's.
Yeah. Taco Bell, that's the same distance it's always been. Nothing has changed with Taco Bell.
But I still miss Taco Bell. I wake up sometimes, it's like, I could use a Doritos Locos Taco right about now.
It's less than a mile walk for me. Or I can just Uber Eats it. Yeah, it's pretty great. I never Uber Eats anything, though, because I always feel like shit doing it. It's like, oh, yes, $20 worth of food. The bill's $40, though. Now I don't want to order food.
Right.
Sometimes, though, I just give in because it's like I'm fucking tired. I don't want to think.
Right.
But it hasn't happened that often. I don't eat out that much unless I just walk somewhere, which also doesn't happen that often because I'm like, that takes time and effort. And now it's getting cold.
Yeah. Did it snow over there at all?
I don't think so, but I don't know. I didn't leave my apartment. And I don't open my windows.
It flurried on us about noon.
Oh, yeah. My lightsaber got here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See, it's like black and purple.
Oh.
I think I have it set with the blade as green right now because most of the colors look really weird.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I have it set as green right now. The purple color sucks. Like, here's a pink. I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera. Like the purple on camera, it actually looks kind of like Mace Windu's lightsaber. It looks more pink in real life.
I was about to say, in my opinion, both
then this is just a hot
purple,
pink.
Right. Both pink and purple, like the original pink and purple, look the same almost.
Yeah.
The purple's just more like intense.
So I leave it on green because I think the green looks good.
Yeah. Andy got his lightsaber out the other day.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got one of those like $high fancy ones. So it like starts at the hilt and then like moves out.
I need to buy one. They're just.
And it's just so cool looking.
Yeah, I bought that one for $70.
He makes the cool like noise.
That one makes the noises. I just turn them off because they're loud.
Yeah. 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 It took everything I had when we went to Vegas to not buy one of those lightsabers.
Yeah, I couldn't refuse this time. It was a struggle not to buy the Mace Windu one, but it was like $500 still, and I just can't. As much as I want it, because it's right there on my arm. I love that hilt. It's so good.
Right.
Yeah. I always forget I have that tattoo because it's not like in my line of sight. Because we were talking about it one day, and they're like, yeah, what lightsaber? And I'm like, the Mace Windu one. And then I pulled up a picture, and I like did this, and I was like, oh, fuck, I mean this one. It's right here. I just forget that it's there. That's fun.
My legs are killing me. I did a leg workout today, and I hadn't worked out in a while, other than hunting. Ugh.
Why did you work out today?
I just needed to. I was in a pretty good rhythm, but then a whole bunch of stuff happened to where I couldn't, at work, to where I was busy and didn't get to work out for a long period of time. So today was the kind of the first day that we were fairly slow, so
Gotcha.
I was able to get a workout in.
Gotcha. I don't know. I gotta do something. I have to stream tonight, but I don't know what I'm doing.
You should buy a Skyline as your project car.
Oh yeah, buy a $50,000 car as a project car? Sure, dog.
You could buy a beat up one.
No, you can't.
Sure you can. I bet I can find one.
Not the one I want.
Drive a couple states over.
Well, okay. Dog, I can't get a few miles without calling an Uber. I don't know what you want from me.
Well, I'm sure they wouldn't charge that much to...
Right. Ridiculous. Oh, goodness.
Damn.
JJ McCarthy's probably back finally.
Oh, yeah?
Which means the Vikings are guaranteed to win.
That's good. Hopefully.
So JJ McCarthy has never lost a football game in the state of Michigan. And that actually matters. He went to college there. This isn't just I see. Like, he went to college there. So that's like a pretty big sample size in the state of Michigan. It's not just Josh Allen has never lost a game in New Mexico because they played there once. You know what I don't even know if that's true. I'm making something up. But it's not one of those he's played there once and is undefeated. It's no, he spent a lot of time there.
Yeah. Who do they play again?
The Lions.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
What other Michigan team is there?
I didn't even think about that. It was it'd be nice if they beat the Lions.
It really would. If they don't, they have to trade everybody. Not everybody, but you signed a lot of really old players to 1 or 2 year contracts. Trade them and get that salary off your books and make it somebody else's problem. Like Andrew Van Ginkel, trade him. Aaron Jones, trade him.
Trade them while they got value.
Yep.
Yeah, I get that.
I know you wanted to do the competitive rebuild thing, but a lot of these guys are only getting worse and they're going to retire. So
right.
Get off the money.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then do the it's not a full rebuild if you have your quarterback. You really need JJ to play these last 8 or 9 games, and you gotta see something. And it doesn't even have to be that much, but you have to see something. If he looks like he did in the Falcons game the whole year,
yeah. Well, the Bills got the Chiefs coming, and I have a feeling I know how that's going to go. Especially since Ed Oliver can't stay healthy.
Well, yeah, the Bills will win because it's a regular season game so that you can inevitably lose in the playoffs.
I highly doubt it.
Allen always wins in the regular season. The Chiefs' defense sucks.
They've been better than they have been.
Oh, playing against Marcus Mariota doesn't count.
Yeah, but also Mahomes is doing Mahomes, and their offenses, they've been cooking. Mahomes look like an MVP right now, so I don't know if we're gonna. Which I mean, if we're gonna go ahead and lose in the regular season, maybe that means we'll beat them in the playoffs finally for once.
Yeah, but that's why you're gonna win, because you know you're not beating them in the playoffs. The Bills
can't lose to
suck.
them. Can't lose to them twice.
That and the Bills' defense just can't stop a nosebleed. So,
I mean, our pieces that we got back definitely helped, and we got Hairston back. Well, I wouldn't say back. He's finally playing, and he looked decent. He was only on the field a few times, but he looked decent. Our D line looked really good, and then Oliver got hurt. But I mean, we still got Ogunjobi and Hoyt back, so that helps. So we don't have rookies and fifth stringers playing on the line. Practice squad players. So that definitely helped. The Panthers, who have had one of the top rushing offenses in the league this year, barely got any yards on us. I'm sure they broke a few decent plays, but we held them to 3 points until the 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I thought that was pretty good for a shitty defense, quote unquote. Also, though, we're going up against a backup quarterback, so. But yeah. That's what you got to do as a defense. When you're playing a backup quarterback, you got to make sure they look like a backup quarterback. You can't let them play with you with a backup quarterback,
Yep.
So, I don't know. I think we'll get to see what we're made of next week, or this next coming game. All I can say, give James Cook the ball.
Nah.
Every time. Just give it to him.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope the Vikings don't suck. Yeah. But I think we suck. I think we're doing that thing again. And I got to just remember this is how it works. It's an odd numbered year. We're going to be bad. We're bad in 2021. We're bad in 2023. We're bad in 2025. That means next year we go 14-3. Let's go.
14-3 and lose in the first round of the playoffs.
Fuck off. And it doesn't matter. The Rams are winning the Super Bowl, man. I don't know, man. There's something right now. Is there any... I keep seeing people talk about the MVP and they, Baker, Josh Allen, Mahomes, Drake May. Why are we not talking about Stafford?
Last time I looked, he was being talked about.
The NFL posted a thing about MVPs and didn't include him. So I don't think so.
Well, the guys I've been listening to on about the Bills podcast, they brought up Stafford as being an MVP candidate.
As they should. I mean, Stafford's numbers this year are crazy. He's way down on yards because, like, this week he had 5 touchdowns but less than 200 passing yards.
Right. Well, and my thing is like people are like Josh Allen. I'm like, no, Josh Allen right now is not even in the list of MVPs right now. Right? For me right now it's Baker Mayfield, Patrick Mahomes, and
I don't even
Daniel Jones.
No.
And
if the Colts have an MVP, it's not Daniel Jones. How about you give it to the guy who already has more touchdowns this year?
Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah. Did you know he already has more touchdowns this year than Saquon Barkley, the offensive player of the year last year, had all last season? Jonathan Taylor is on pace to break the single season rushing yards record, the single season rushing touchdowns record, the total touchdowns record. Like, at this point, it should probably be Jonathan Taylor. It should be his award to lose. I think he's on pace for 2,500 yards and like 35 total touchdowns. That's quarterback numbers.
But also, he's not a quarterback, so that's why I didn't list him.
I think they won't give it to Daniel Jones because of him. 2012, it was Adrian Peterson.
Adrian Peterson? Yeah, yep.
When he nearly broke the rushing record. And he's the only guy who's ever gotten close. If Jonathan Taylor breaks it, he'll win it.
Right.
Well, if he breaks it and the Colts make the playoffs, which there's still a world where they don't. It's not a very likely world, but there's still a world.
Right. But also, I just put Daniel Jones up there just because I do think he's been playing well, and it's Daniel Jones. So,
I think I keep saying this, and I hope they prove me wrong. But the Colts have played one actual football team, and they lost that game. That's important. I know the Broncos are 5-2. The Broncos aren't good. They're also doing the beating bad teams thing, which you play the teams on your schedule, but we have to treat these teams the same way we treat Minnesota every time they're good and look at the way they play. They're not playing very good, and they're not beating very good teams. The Colts are blowing out the bad teams, which is what you're supposed to do. Got to give them credit for that. But, they played the Rams, and they lost. They almost lost to Jacoby Brissett, a fucking backup quarterback for the Cardinals. Yeah, good job. You beat the Titans by 20. Everyone should beat the Titans by 20. I'm intrigued by this week because they play the Steelers. The Steelers aren't that good, but they're a real football team.
Oh, I missed a quarterback. Drake May.
Yeah, Drake May is a interesting spot too.
Drake May's playing like Josh Allen right now, so like Josh Allen normally plays. Rolling to his right, making crazy throws. He's out Josh Allen right now, so yeah, I would say Drake May is in the running for MVP.
Perchance.
But we'll see if that,
holds up, especially when they get to playing more real teams.
Yes, exactly. Yep. So it's funny because one of the guys I listen to as far as sports, like talking about Bills and stuff, he bet his hair. He's always been super proud about his hair, and he styles his hair and stuff, so he's really proud about his hair. He bet that if we don't win the AFC, that he's shaving his hair off. The way the Patriots are playing and the way the Bills are playing, the Patriots are going to beat out the Bills.
Yeah.
So, we'll see, though. We'll see in a few weeks how confident he's feeling.
Yeah. Why are the Patriots fire selling their team? That's very odd. So the Patriots, in the last hour, have traded one of their starters, safety Kyle Duggar, to the Steelers. So it was Duggar and a 7th for a 6th round pick. And then they also just traded defensive end Keon White to the 49ers for a 6th round pick, but they also paired a 7th round pick with Keon White. Odd. That's odd. Patriots fire sale, which is weird because you'd figure they'd be trading 4 people because they're good.
Right.
But I don't know. What do I know?
Right.
I'm just a kid and life is a nightmare.
I don't know. I just look forward to the Patriots playing Kansas City because no matter who wins, I'm happy.
Because the other team lost?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Oh, did you see that they're doing a complete remake, not a remaster, but a remake of the original Halo game.
Oh, yeah?
And it's going to release on PlayStation. Halo's no longer Xbox exclusive.
Damn, we're going to have to play together.
Right? I feel like I'm gonna
Back
end up
to
playing through that
Memory.
game like 7 times after it comes out.
Yeah.
Couple times online, probably at least one time, just like couch co-op.
They
I
should
think
add dismemberment.
I think for Christmas I'm getting either a PS5 with a disc or with a disc drive or a Series X. Because my mom was gonna get me a handheld, so the Logitech thing or a Steam Deck, and then I bought my own Steam Deck yesterday. So
Right.
she's like, "Well, what now?" And it's like, I want to be able to buy physical movies if I want to, and I don't have a way currently. So it's like I need to just buy another console and hook that up to my TV. Don't
Yeah.
really care which one, just need one.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still looking at stuff. Nothing that interesting on the interwebs currently, though.
Right.
Except Brad Paisley sang the national anthem at last night's World Series game. He has sung the national anthem in 4 World Series games. In all 4 of them, the games went to extra innings. The first one in 2017, the game went 11 innings. Second time was in 2018. The game went 18 innings. Game 1 in 2024, the game went 10 innings. And then last night, the game went 18 innings.
Oh my God.
He must be the curse. Or not the curse. I like long baseball games. As far as I can tell, everyone who liked baseball was so hyped with how good last night was. There was intrigue.
I was about to say, if you're ever planning on getting your money's worth on a baseball game, just figure out when
Yeah.
Brad's singing the national anthem, and
Yep.
guarantee you a good baseball game. Ugh. I gotta finish my sliders and get ready for training.
Woohoo, twaining.
Yay. Yay, training.
Yeah. I don't got anything else. You got anything else?
That's all I got.
All right, well, I guess that'll do it for us. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.